Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just happy to be filming. I haven't filmed in a while and I miss makeup. I miss talking to you guys. And I am going to be doing a first impression swatches and tutorial with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette volume 2. So I asked you guys on Instagram stories, it was this or the Melt Millennial Pinks, which I will do that as well. But I wanted to see which one you wanted to see first. This one won. It was about 60-40. So I know you guys are interested in both, but I just got this in PR, so I want to go over swatches, first impressions, apply it, tell you my thoughts, zoom in, let you see how it applies, and you can make your decision whether you want to purchase it or not. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. I do a ton of trying new makeup, tons of reviews, hauls, anything makeup, beauty related, new releases. That's what I do here on my channel, and let's go ahead and begin. So this palette is launching on February 13th. It is $39. You can get it on the Morphe website and you can use affiliate codes. I am an affiliate. My code is BabsBeauty. If you decide to use it, I totally appreciate it. You guys supporting me just means so much to me. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to give this a pass or a rave review if I don't like it. So I always like to zoom in. I always like to let you see how it applies so there's no smoke and mirrors. You can see how the pigment is, how it blends, and if I like it, I'll tell you. If I don't, I'll tell you as well. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's very similar to her original palette, but it does have like a glossy finish. It says Jaclyn Hill on it, and then the Morphe logo. So here are the colors in the palette. So the names are actually on the pans, which I thought was kind of nice. A lot of times it's hard to, I think her original, they didn't have the names on there. So now I can tell you like what shade I'm going into. Definitely a sunset purple, red, yellow palette. Definitely a warm palette. So I will have all information down below in my description box if you're curious price-wise or if you missed it or you want to know exactly when it launches. I'm going to jump into some swatches right now. I want to go row by row and show you what they look like swatching them, and then we'll jump into the application. So now I've got you zoomed in and we're going to start the application process. I am going to start off with the shade here, and this is called Oh Hello. So actually before I go into that shade, I do want to apply some loose powder to catch some fallout, just because I do not know how the fallout is going to be, and I'm going to do a pretty, I don't know, dramatic kind of deep color on the to start out, so we will see. So I just want to have some powder there so that I can wipe it away. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start packing this. That's pretty pigmented, wow, okay. Packing this on the outer corner here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm kind of laying it and then I'm going to blend it. So just packing on the color, and I'm gonna bring it in as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it on both eyes. Sometimes I find when I wanna do like more intense looks like I will today, that applying the color first, the darkest color, and then kind of blending the edges does help me. I did that in my Tati review, because I use the black shades, and for me it does help because sometimes I feel like I can't get enough depth if I constantly am layering light to deep, which I typically do. So it doesn't, again, have to be perfect. I just want to make sure that I'm kind of laying down that pigment. So now I want to go into this therapy sesh. So I'm going to use this to blend out the edges. First, I actually am going to blend out the edges with a clean brush. And then I might actually apply, well, maybe not. I might actually apply that color again just to make sure that we keep this depth. So just buffing out what we laid down. So now I'm gonna go one shade deeper into Crazy. So I'm essentially trying to get the depth that I want before I even start building upon that. So this one I'm gonna keep more so on the outer corner. and then we can blend the edges. I am gonna pull it in a little bit here. Okay, so it looks nice and deep. I'm gonna go in with my blank brush. And I'm just going to buff these edges out. So next I'm gonna jump into Therapy Sesh. So I'm actually gonna use Therapy Sesh on a new brush, and I want to just blend right at the edge, almost up to the brow bone. And then I'm gonna take a clean brush, and I'm really just going to blend over everything. So I want to bring a little bit of warmth, so I'm going to go into Heart On, and I'm just going to apply this right in here just to kind of just add a little bit of warmth. These colors really do go well together, like yellows and reds, purples. It is really like a sunset kind of vibe. So the key is, do these blend together? So next I'm going to do like a halo cut crease. I cannot talk because I struggle with this. So I'm just going to focus and try to get it as even as possible. What you doing? I love you. Are these bright on your little eyes? You're my baby. Okay, so I have a map. They're not the best, but we're gonna try to work with it. I'm gonna go back into the shade Crazy right here with a tiny pencil brush and really deepen up around that. And then to kind of just diffuse it, I'm using a smaller brush. So I'm also gonna go back into Crazy and just like a touch of the black called Temptress. And I'm gonna use this on the outer corners just to blend anything in. Same with the inner, just to kind of soften those cut crease lines. So right in the center, I'm gonna go in with Flawed and Odd. So I'm kind of pulling this down. And I really like golds with purples. It's just always been so pretty. I am wetting it with the Fenty spray. So I'm picking it up from the palette and then wetting my brush. So next I'm gonna go in with a Moment. So I'm going to use this right here. So kind of fading from that kind of orange color into the matte. And I want to make sure that I'm kind of making these cohesive. I might bring the gold in. I can't decide. I was going to put the purple on the inner corner too, but I almost wonder if bringing the gold in would be a better idea. Okay, I'm going to bring the gold in. So now we're going to take our matte shades and we're going to make sure that we are blending the edges in so that there isn't a harsh line. So next I'm just gonna do a line of gel liner on my top lash line, and then we're gonna go ahead and put falsies on. So I went ahead and applied some lashes. They are from Lashaholics. I don't know the name because I just have worn them so many times, but I'll link their website down below. So now I'm gonna go in with this NARS High Pigment Long Wear Eyeliner and Via Veneto. I'm gonna use this in my waterline and then smudge it out. So I'm gonna mix Oh Hello and Crazy and apply this right over top of that black. Just smoking it a little bit lower. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of a larger brush to really blow it out. Next, I'm gonna go into this purple Not My Journey, and I wanna go even lower with this. So we're just kind of building how deep we want this to go, or how blown out we want this to be. I love the really blown out kind of gradient, so. And then I think I wanna go into I'm In It for the inner corner. So this looks white in the pan, but it's got a pink shift. So it's kind of like a duochrome. So to tie in just a little bit of the orange, I'm gonna take the shade Positivity and I'm gonna take it on a clean brush and just a tiny bit and just add it underneath the lower lash line. It's going to be very subtle, but I feel like it'll tie in that gold on our lid. So I don't know if you can see a difference. It's very subtle, just so we're not in purple overload. All right, guys, so here's my finished makeup look using the new Morphe Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. I have to say, I know some of you are gonna be like, say something bad, say something negative. They blended easily. They were pigmented. The metallics were metallic. There was normal amount of fallout. I'm trying to think seriously of anything negative. The only thing I can think is there's not a mirror in here. To me, that doesn't matter. I know a lot of people for travel. Also, it is a bigger palette, so it's a little bit bulkier. I think in my mind, I'm thinking of like kind of the recent palettes that are like the Huda Beauty Minis or the ColourPop 9 pans. This is definitely a big palette. You get, you know, a lot of shades in here. You are going to be able to do kind of neutral shades if you want to stick to kind of the section up here, but really where this palette shines is the beautiful kind of sunset pinks, purples, golds. I do think it's beautiful. I was thinking if it's patchy, it's going to show, we're going to talk about it. It's not. Now, of course, I only used, I can't remember exactly, maybe 8 shades in here. So of course I can't say, oh, they're all perfect. But from my experience, from what you saw, you can comment down below. There was not one shade that I thought, ooh, this isn't working right, or this is muddy, or this isn't blending, it's not pigmented. I really don't have anything negative to say about it. Now, if you don't want to support Jaclyn Hill and you don't want to support Morphe, that is totally up to you. If you are on the fence thinking, is the quality going to be good? I'm here to tell you my experience is that yes, it is just as good as her original palette. It feels very similar. The mattes seem, you know, creamy. She said there were some pressed glitters in here. I don't necessarily see that. I think there's some shades that maybe are a little bit amped up more, a little bit more than metallic, kind of. So I think that's what she means by that. I think there's different formulas in here, but really I think you're gonna get some beautiful mattes and then you're gonna get some beautiful metallics. If you wanna make them even more intense, wet them as you would with her original palette. So for all of you that were like, say something negative, I have nothing negative to say, honest to God. I think it is a beautiful color scheme. I personally though, if you've been watching me, you know that I do favor yellows. I do favor kind of hot colors, peaches. That is something that I think is flattering for me. So I will use these colors. I just think they're beautiful. It's just something like, for me, it's like the Dominique Celestial Storm, but way more options. So as I said before, the palette does launch on the 13th of February. I will leave all the information down below as well as my code and just when it launches specifically, but I really have nothing bad to say about it. I'm not going to sit here and talk shit because I know some people like that or they wanted to be on the hate train. I'm here to review the makeup and I'm telling you the makeup is good. So let me know your thoughts down below on this look. Let me know if you're picking it up. Let's keep it respectful in the comments. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.